The survival game? Yeah, pretty much. Basically, the idea of this game is you start off with nothing, just pickaxe and some starter materials, and you want to make a base to the point where you can become self-sufficient and make a rocket and get out of here, or continue on, do more research, all that jazz. The lore keeps changing from what I understand. So you mine ore out of the ground, you change that ore into plates, and use those plates to build more things, and then you'll have an engine, you'll start automating things, and hopefully your base will run by itself without you. I'm trying to do an achievement called There Is No Spoon, and there is no time for chit-chat. There is no spoon I've given up on because we have 34 minutes to build our rocket, and I think we're about an hour away from it. No time for chit-chat, we're more than prepared for, I think. Okay, we're just gonna grab our... Okay, let's do our calculations. Do we need all these low density? We have 1.6k basically. We're going to need... Let's say we need 300 to make here. So we're gonna need 700 for the rocket. That leaves us with 900-ish, and that's actually perfect. So I can actually kill this if I wanted to, and we'd be pretty good. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because we desperately need this steel. And put these into a chest. Am I 100% completionist? It depends on the game. If I enjoy the game, definitely. If I'm a little meh on the game, probably not. I very much enjoy Factorio, but this game is a black hole for your time, and thus I still have many achievements to do, which is completely fine by me because I like playing the game. So once again, we're out of power. How much fuel do we have to work with? We actually have not a terrible amount. So this is definitely not going to last us. So I think we definitely have to go and grab the coal and use the coal for fuel, because this is not sustainable. Yeah. when you get... This is actually a pretty small base, all things considered. With the very devoted people doing their mega bases and whatnot, it can get quite large. Quite large. This is as far as out you can get, but like you can see, the map is basically infinite. You can make it as big as you want. It goes out in all directions, so... Okay, so we bought ourselves a little bit of time for our coal production. Get that going. Grab some circuits. All the while we are making rocket control units, so let's... So if we do this achievement again, one thing that we're definitely gonna have to work on is our late game planning, because this was a mess. I don't want to go through this again. This map was pretty nice to us. We had the small oil nearby, and everything else is pretty nice. The biter attacks weren't too bad. Everything was spaced out pretty well. So let's see. What do we want to do? Do we want to make a train? Probably, right? We're not distracted by the time anymore. So I can kind of take my time with this. So I'll just make a train, so it'll be a little bit more proper. We have the railings for it anyways, all set up for us. Got some engines. And we're just gonna do a double-sided train for, I guess, both the coal and the iron. Technically, I could just do a belt for the coal. It's relatively close, and we're not going to use it for anything else. We don't need it for anything else. The iron, however, is very far, so we might want to just use a train for that. I hear you guys, but birds are still working. I think. Come on. You guys are making me scared. It's strictly PvE, not PvP. Yeah, all this beeping, all this nonsense are guys killing my base. I'm just relying on my turrets, my static defenses over there to save me. So I'm actually going to completely just belt this over because I'm stubborn. And why not make the most ridiculous amount of work possible? Yeah, so all of your buildings create, most of your buildings create pollution, and the natives that I call biters, technically they're biters and spitters, but I just call them biters. They react to the pollution. So right here is the pollution button. If I press this, you can see all of the pollution that I'm making, and it's affecting all these red spots, which are my enemies. These are bases. If you've ever played StarCraft, you can kind of consider them like Zerg. There's a lot of them, and they like to come up on you fast. And basically the pollution acts as a currency, and whenever the base has pollution over it, that currency is spent, and you get biters. We're gonna try to salvage this area a little bit so we can get a tiny bit more copper out of here. Yes. That's always the case, isn't it? I came here to get more belts. Yeah, no problem. Apparently killing the natives is not exactly Twitch permitted. Well, my bot permitted term, so they were a little fussy about it. Yeah, it's definitely their fault that they don't have opposable thumbs. You're right, it's E12. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I'm not exactly entirely sure what they took up with, but it's just the bot setting. I'm not gonna get in trouble or anything, so don't worry about it. So at this point, everything was just pretty zen because we don't care about time anymore. if we can't get our rocket launched in 6 hours from this point, then I'm truly lost and have no idea how to play this game. Even though technically I really don't know how to play this game. Trying to think of how I want to route this coal up. I guess I want to bring it up. I want to bring it over here because we want this coal to supply our engines. But I don't want to bring it straight through this way because if that's the case, the biters might kill our belt and that would not be fun. So another thing that we could do is we could actually go and try and kill all of the nests because we don't care about time, and the reason I wasn't doing it before because it would be pretty costly on time. But now that we're not really inhibited by that, might make our lives easier. How do I get oxygen without trees? Trees exist. But yeah, you can. I'm a very smart engineer, and you can just imagine lore-wise how that would work out. Pretty much, oxygen isn't a currency in the game, so in case you were wondering, that. The only thing that you have to care about in this game is your own health. You don't have to worry about food. You don't have to worry about any of those other things that you would normally find in a survival game. This game is more of a sandbox type of game where you're just trying to build the best you can. Implode. Probably should have. And if you like the genre at all, I would highly recommend picking up this game. It's, only $30, I think. And like I said, it's a time black hole, so it's definitely worth the money. It'll definitely get your money's worth out of it. I think generally for first playthrough, probably around 40 hours. And technically, the game never ends. There's always more to do inside the game. But most people will say once you launch the rocket, you know, the rest is just kind of extra credit. Did I use up all my miners? Good enough. If this is the only thing that's going to be getting put out to our power, so hopefully this will be good enough for us. So now we want to take a look at what's going on here. Our iron is pretty dead. Like that's very dead. And we have a 7.5 million iron patch to the southeast. So we could go and grab that. It'll probably take me another 30 minutes to grab that though, because I'm bad at setting that stuff up. But there's not much harm in it. Let's go. Grab some more low density. Mission to Mars. Is that a game? I've never played that. But I mean, I wouldn't, based on that theme, I wouldn't say that's incorrect. My terrain is very sandy here, but there are green terrains. It's not all just brown all the time. It just happened to be that this seed was desert. Okay, so part of the reason why we're mining so poorly is because of our electricity. I'm hoping our coal is getting down there now, so that should resolve itself soon. Ah, gotcha. That should be fine. Okay, so let's take stock of what we have and what we don't. So we're making our rocket silo. We're about 16% on the way through. Let's round that up to 20%. So that means we need about 800 science. 800 science divided by 3 is math, and I don't want to do that. Let's say it's about 170. So we need 170 sets of production science. That means we're going to need about 170 electric furnaces. 170 electric furnaces means about 1,700 steel plates. We have that. We've been collecting. I don't know how far we've been going on that collection. Looks like we'll be fine. Ish. 166. Don't do math on stream, guys. Thank you. Okay, so this is all the steel that we have. We should have enough-ish for all the steel furnaces that we need. Not steel, but electric furnaces, and that's fine. That'll get us all the purple science that we need. Then we have to worry about yellow science. Yellow science, we're worried mainly about our processing units. They are coming through, but it's slow work. I think we should have enough low density. I think we should have enough robot frames. So it's mainly just this. So what's keeping us from getting this going? Mainly speed of this. Let's help these guys out a little bit. Alright, we're gonna have to head down there soon. I'm very scared because there's gonna be a point where I just can't keep up our defense, and at that point we're kind of screwed. That happens whenever the larger guys come out. So to fix that, I mean, the only thing that we can do is get more iron. So we'll have to go do that train I've been putting off. Or, well, how long did it take for me to do the diggy map? Let's see. Like 23 hours? 24 hours? The digging map was very similar to the approach to this map, which is why I kind of wanted to try out this achievement. Because with the digging map, you're so very limited by your space and all the ore that you could find, that I just wanted to do science alone and not really automate anything else, just only make science. We managed to do it in a good amount of time, 23 hours. That's pretty good. This is going to be a problem. I'm going to buff this up a lot so that hopefully they don't try to come back over here and they get focused this way. In the meantime, I need to set up our iron mine. Because this is not sustainable. Yeah. Oh, 30 hours. Just kidding. Okay, I'm gonna pick up all these miners that are not being used, and we're gonna bring them over to the iron mine that's down here. I'm a little wary on how this is gonna go because it's very likely that we're gonna be running into biters down there, and I am not prepared for that at all. So we might actually want to make some power armor. We're still rocking the heavy armor because we really haven't been in too much combat. But it might be about time to focus more on military. We're trying to play the longer game. Hi, what's my game time now? We failed on the no spoon, so we're probably at 8 hours right now. We're at 750. I still haven't done no time for Chitchat, so that one's 15 hours. So we still have plenty of time on that one. Let's stop wasting time. I've been running around, not doing much. Did it twice faster than you? Nice. I'll take it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring our train. I'm going to unload here, and we'll just connect our iron into this area here. I could bring it down here, but this is where it's going to be attacked, and I don't really want to bother with that. So we're just going to set up a train platform here. We're going to bring it all the way over to our iron, and hopefully we won't die. First, let's make sure that we have at least ammo on us so we can fight back. Let's make some power armor. We should have the things that we need, although they are literally all of our very precious materials. That feels bad a little bit. I am slowing down. Didn't you see that we completely failed our 8-hour there is no spoon challenge here? Completely, utterly failed. Well, how did you modify it? I didn't modify it, which is why I was so quote-unquote slow. Well, the market didn't really do anything. That's right. I did find the spoon. Basically, I screwed up because when I did Diggy, I didn't modify my mining speed for solo, and thus it was excruciating trying to mine everything by myself. What am I looking for? I'm looking for electric. Well, I didn't modify anything, and I'm told that the map is supposed to be a 16-player map, ideally. So I was playing with 1/16 of the player base that you should, and thus went very slowly. Very nice. Good job, Mia Nestor. You've definitely got me beat here. 2K hours though, that's awesome. Would you say you're a pro or are you still noob? So luckily, for whatever reason, this whole right side of my base has very little biters. And that's very fortunate for us. Because I'm going to bring our train down through here. And hopefully nothing bad happens. This is the most roundabout method I've ever taken. Because I'm a little lazy to kill the trees. Got another turret. That sucks. Okay, this is getting a little close to our fighter friends on the left there. That should be fine. Do I still have I have 5 grenades. Five level 0 grenades. And thus we have used them all. Yeah, Jedi. I mean, I'm still young-ish, but I mean, it's kind of weird seeing how everyone's growing up with playing all these games and streaming. Definitely would have thought that was crazy when I was younger. And it's so easy to start a stream nowadays. As long as you have an internet connection that's mildly okay and mid-range computer, you shouldn't have any problems with streaming at all. What's really cool nowadays is building PCs is so easy to do, and right now is a really good time to build a new PC. Everything's a lot cheaper. Why couldn't you build on top of resources? You just felt bad? If that's the case, then yeah, I can see why that would hinder you quite a bit. Alright. So I guess what I should do is I should do this horizontally. I've kind of just not cared about all these attacks, and I'm not sure if that's that's the best idea. But I mean, we're still alive right now. Our base isn't being destroyed. Did I jinx myself? All those noises are from the walls being killed. I put up a lot of those for a reason, just as a buffer. Hopefully that will last. Because the iron here that I'm getting is probably more important. As long as it survives, 4 turrets should be fine. I mean, you didn't really have any choice in Diggy, because there's just no space, really. Otherwise, instead of waiting, I mean, you could have mined everything out, right? Yeah. Levels I just thought I would be able to get away with it. I really thought we would be able to finish before biters became an issue. And we almost did it. I mean, technically, if we had gone through with there is no spoon, we'd be done right now. And we would have been fine. But I guess piercing rounds is not really an option right now. But the laser might be. The problem is with that, I need to get our research done for that. I didn't do any military research at all. We're gonna need to bring some things down here, namely more miners, and electricity. I'm going back to our base because I'm a little concerned with all the we have 22 objects being damaged, so I just want to make sure that we're not going to lose our base here. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Playlist on your screen, and I'd appreciate it if you did the YouTube thing, like, comment, subscription, you know the deal. Thanks again, I'll see you next time.